So I took a trip to Vegas last week. I had wanted to play the Prime at the WPT, but I had a wedding to attend, so I can actually play that. So I ended up my flight was booked, and I was gonna be there anyway. So it just made it a longer weekend. I had a long weekend, and then I had to work. The Monday to Friday and flew back the following week. But I was able to fire at a few tournaments, smaller tournaments. Aria Poker Open was going on. And between the Venetian that and the win, I played one smaller event. And no cashes, which is, I think it's probably my first trip ever to Vegas that I didn't cash in at least one tournament. I played I think like four or five of them. They were all like small. Couple of deeper runs, but I in the past I probably would have cashed those, like maybe min cashed, maybe a little bit more. But I'm playing to win now, so I played it aggressive the whole way, and kings were the bane of my existence. I went at it with kings against ace queen twice, ace jack once, and pocket nines. No, ace jack twice and ace queen twice. So I was way ahead. On one of them, I even flopped a set and still lost to a Broadway. I'll just show some of those hands. So it's nothing super interesting. Other than that, no unusual hands, and that was it. It's just one of those weeks. So this was pretty early, and this was at the Venetian. I think it was half-hour blinds, 40-minute blinds. I don't remember. It's supposed to be a 2-day tournament, and I was dealt king of clubs, king of diamonds. I was on the big blind. There was one raiser. She was an older woman. She had raised coming to me. Everybody else had folded. Blinds might have been 400, 800. Whatever she made it, I 4x'd her bet. I made it, I think, like 3,900. It was like a pretty big bet. And she calls anyway. And the flop comes out queen, 3, 7. I look at my hand, double check, make sure I have a club. I have a club. King of club, king of diamonds. I put out a good sized bet, close to pot sized bet, and she raises me, and she's in position on me. I have the king of clubs. I'm hoping she didn't have a set, or she has like kind of a hand like ace queen with the ace of clubs. I can't put her on aces because she didn't. Re-raise me and then she had debated folding, so I can't put her on queens. I don't think she'd debate folding pre-flop. So we end up going all in. She calls me. I turn over king of clubs, king of diamonds. She had ace jack of clubs, flopped a nut flush. I don't improve. I was dead on the turn, and the river comes out of 5, and I was out. Relatively early in the tournament for this one. This was another hand this one I believe was at the Aria. About level 7 or 8. I had a little bit more than maybe a starting stack, maybe a little bit more than a starting stack, which was about 25, 30K. Again, I was in under the gun. I was dealt king of hearts, king of spades, pocket kings again. I'd just been involved in a couple of hands and doubled up a small stack. I think I called semi loose. I believe I had ace jack or something, and he had pocket pairs, and the pocket pairs had held up. So when I shove it, the very next hand with this. Because I'm thinking like people are not going to put me on a great hand. They might think I'm tilted. So I get called by one of the big stacks, and then rolls back to the big blind, and he shoves all in. So this is my chance to triple up. The other guy goes away. I flip over my kings. He had ace queen suited, which is not, a bad hand, but he played it pretty aggressively. Flop is clean for me. The turn, he got some draws. Three gave him a straight, but he hits the ace on the river. He was drawing pretty thin, but it was one of those days where, one of those weeks where I was putting it in mostly good, and I was getting crushed. 70% chance of winning, 80% chance of winning most of the time on the hands I was in with. But this was another one of those beats. Now, one of the other tournaments I played, again this time, I believe I was at the Aria. I got cards early on. I built a pretty big stack early on. I maintained that big stack all the way to near the bubble. I think about 12.5% were getting paid, and which made it about 24 players. I believe there was like 190 players, somewhere in that range, 197. So I built a pretty good stack and maintained it throughout, high 200s, 300, somewhere in that range, most of the way until about level 12, level 13, after the third break. And the blinds were getting pretty high. I kind of went card dead for a little bit. So I dwindled down to the 200s and change. And I finally got a hand I could play. I was on the big blind. There was a raise from under the gun and 3-bet from a really wild and aggressive player. He'd been doing that a couple of times. And he was the reason why I had a lot of chips, because a few times he would just double barrel, and then when I put him all in, and he'd just fold because he just didn't have it. And I had pretty good hands. I think I had 2-pair one time and a middle set on a web board the other time. So I'm dealt ace queen of spades. I have a little bit over 200K. I think at this point there's 29 players left, 5 from the money. So I go all in. The first guy under the gun folds. And the wild man snap calls me. I show him ace queen. He shakes his head. Oh, that's pretty good. He had pocket nines. Flop comes out. Queen, 9, 6. Right away he hits his set, even though I hit my queen. I hear him mutter, "Thank God I hit that set." The turn is another queen. Unfortunately, I don't get a 6, a queen, or an ace on the river. It was a blank, and I was out. That was probably the favorite to really do well in that tournament, and that was the end of that. This is the last one I'm going to cover because who cares about all these beats? Nothing, no good news. Again. King of clubs, king of hearts under the gun. This is like about midway through a tournament. I raise under the gun, and I get 3-bet again by a late position player, mid to late position. We weren't playing super deep, so there's no point in me raising at that point, because I had less than twice whatever was already in the pot. I go all in. He calls me. We had almost the same amount of chips, and flop comes out. It's in reverse order. Flop comes out. Ace, king, 10. I almost celebrate prematurely hitting the set, but I see he had a draw right away. He hits it right on the turn. He hits his 3-outer, 4-outer, and the board doesn't pair on the river. It's a deuce. He has the Broadway, and again, the dealer double checks the chips, and we had almost the same amount. I think he had maybe 500 more, one chip more than I did, and that was it. And the win, I played one of the events for the WPT. Again, that's another deep run. It's very close to the money near the bubble. No one had big stack. We were all, I think I had about 12 or 13 big blinds. And it was raised coming to me. No other players. I had King Jack. It was raised 2.5x, a little bit over min raise. Again, I call. Flop comes out, Jack 4-2, Jack high. And I check to him, and he bets, and I shove all in. He shakes his head, and he's like, all right, I'll call. The flop had, 2-4 Jack, 1 club. He had he turns over 9 of clubs, 10 of clubs. He had runner possibilities. That's all he had. And of course, the turn is the ace of clubs, and the river is another club, giving him a flush. And that one was another mathematically not impossible, but very long odds. So that was it. It wasn't. I had a lot of fun. It was a great time, but I ended up working a lot, pretty much full time work. We had a couple of deadlines at work, so I had to get that done. I played some cash, a little bit, like an hour here and there, and cash. I did pretty well in the cash game, and that was it. It was a fun trip. Looking forward to the Borgata Poker Open coming up in January for now.